So good morning, guys. Welcome back to another trading session. Well, it is Monday. I hope you guys had a good and great weekend. It is quite hot here in Portugal, quite sunny as well, as you can see here. I hope you're getting some good sun where you live as well. So yeah, guys, a new trading week ahead of us. So keep in mind that today we don't have any type of news. So it's a no new Monday. It's a no news Monday. So it can be a bit tricky with price whenever we have some Monday with no news. And keep in mind that we will have a bank holiday as well on Friday. This should be a week of NFP, but since we have the bank holiday on Friday, I guess we will not have it. So yeah, guys, let's get straight to the charts. We have about 4 minutes before the 9:30 open as well. So looking at higher time frames, starting with the weekly on ES. On NQ, it's kind of simple. We already hit all-time highs on NQ. ES is falling a bit behind, but yeah, let's see what we have here on the weekly. So the weekly just took previous week's high. As you can see here, we have 50% of this weekly wick here on ES. ES kind of reached for it, but it did not purge it. So we fall about a quarter of a handle behind of it. We still have this buy side liquidity here to purge, and we are clearly expanding to the upside, as you can see here on ES. Well, if the weekly just closed here, we would have a big SMT in between ES and NQ. But since we are just starting the week, it is possible for ES to push a little bit further and try to reach for all-time highs. If you look into the daily, you can see clearly that the last couple of days have been up only. We kind of inverted this bearish fair value gap that we had here and that we used here as well during the last week's price action. So it kind of inverted it, and it's reaching for these highs here, as you can see as well. So logically, we should drive a bit higher to the next highs here and eventually take out these highs and next these ones right here. Dropping down to the 4 hour time frame, you can see here that this has been quite a rally here. So price really dropped here, touching this bullish SIBI, bullish BISI here, the bullish fair value gap that you can see here. It kind of touched it and reacted right away, pushing us further away from this BISI and trying to get a little bit higher. You can see here that we have a new week opening gap as well. So on the lower time frames, I will mention this as well. Here on the 4 hour, let me check the 1 hour. So the 1 hour is a bit more interesting here because things start to get a bit more cleaner. As you can see here, the last swing low, if you project the last swing low to the upside, you can see clearly that price was respecting all these standard deviation numbers, and price reached for minus 2.5. It kind of get through it, then retraced back, violently here, as you can see, but it recovered right away. It used the daily fair value gap, the midpoint of the daily fair value gap here as a as a support. So price just keeps pushing higher, as you can see here, and dropping a little bit further into the 15-minute. Now you can see that price is really, just let me zoom in a bit. Price has really been here at the top. It's kind of consolidating right now. It's trying to get above this new week opening gap. We have the new one here below us. We have event horizon here as well, and we still have here Asia lows to purge. Price already took London lows here on a pre-open market movement. So London lows were taken as well. It kind of gave us some kind of an SMT in between ES and NQ. Yeah, the SMT is still there. So right now, if we drop a little bit further into price action and take this into the 1 minute and zoom out a little bit. So previous week's high, it was taken right as soon as price just opened here yesterday's afternoon, and then it kind of climbed a little bit higher here on Asia. It kind of manipulated price to the upside here on London, formed these London lows. Price kind of consolidated here in between London lows and New York open, and now we just had the opening bell at 9:30. It's trying to reach lower violently here, taking out all this liquidity that was formed right at the first minutes of the pre-open. So what's the plan for today? If you look here, you can clearly see that midnight open, 9:30 open, and 8:30 open, they are all in the same place here, in the same region at the same values. So this can eventually be kind of tricky. This SMT was kind of invalidated right now because NQ was able already to take out those lows. So price is really pushing to the downside here in the first minutes of the open. This right here is a 1 hour fair value gap here. So let's see if price really keeps going lower, eventually trying to retrace to the 4 hour fair value gap, the bullish one, which we have here. As you can see, let me just check. See, this one is a 4 hour fair value gap here. So let's see if price really does something like this, or if we will continue lower and try to retrace a bit more on price. So eventually the plan here is to wait for 950 to 10. I will mark this as the 950 to 1010 macro. So 950, 1010. Right now, price is taking London lows, so I can eventually assume that Asia lows will be the next drawn liquidity here. But let's wait and see if price really wants to get that low, or if we are just manipulating price to get lower to move higher first, because honestly, we have relative equal highs here. If you look into NQ, there's also a low resistance liquidity somewhere here. So all of that can be can entice players, big players, to go long at a retrace and eventually seek for the liquidity that is above us. Oh, there we go. Asia lows here. Price is kind of quick. This was a quick run to the downside here. So at this point, we touched the 4-hour busy, the 4-hour fair value gap. Nice reaction to the upside here. So if price really returns into this fair value gap here, the 1 hour, I guess all of this was some type of a manipulation to the downside, and we might be prone to get to the upside inside the macro as well. So let's wait and see if this structure, the bullish one, forms and if it holds, or if price will seek for lower values, lower prices, and do a deeper retrace. Here we have some relative equal highs here as well. Let me check the regular trading hours here just to see how far price is retracing. So opening range gap, yes. So yeah, 25%. Okay. Well, so far we have this fair value gap here, which is the first presented fair value gap here. We have some type of a breaker as well. This could eventually be a breaker. So price kind of rejected the midpoint of this 1 hour fair value gap for now. But we have a nice reaction here. We might have some type of an SMT in between ES and NQ. Let me just check here. Yeah, not that quite. We'll wait a bit more. We have no rush to get it to anything, so we will just let things run. Yeah, price came to equilibrium here. So far, the breaker is holding. The first presented fair value gap is being tested here. Price really came to equilibrium, but it's not yet prone to get to the upside. So this unicorn was not valid here. We still have to purge eventually Asia lows. So at this point, NQ already took Asia lows. Price is still indecisive if on ES if it wants to take Asia lows or not. I would like to see at least Asia lows being taken, just to try to formulate any type of a bullish scenario. At this point, price is just mumbling around here, no direction. We still have 4 minutes before the macro just hits. So as of now, NQ is kind of heading to the downside here, while ES is struggling to stay where it is as well. Let's just see if Asia lows Now let's see if we can get something bullish here. Otherwise, price might go a little bit more to the downside. We already took Asia lows here as liquidity. I would like to see price stay above it. So this was sell side liquidity as Asia lows. We are almost entering the macro as well. So looking at it, we have event horizon 50% of the opening range gap, Asia lows as well. So if I see some type of displacement to the upside here, I would like to see some type of a unicorn formation, some type of a breaker, and a fair value gap to the upside, just to take us above. Otherwise, we might get a little bit lower here, digging inside the 4-hour fair value gap. Hmm. Let's see if we have some displacement to the upside. I would like to see price coming above the first presented fair value gap as well. We are inside the macro, so price is prone to eventually give us that inversion. Otherwise, lower prices will appear. Let me check the 2 minute mark here. So yeah, the 2 minute here as well. Let me just close that window a little bit. There we go. So now I would like to see price disrespecting the first presented fair value gap, forming some type of a bullish breaker here as well. I don't want to see price below this breaker. Yeah, so far nothing. We need to close above these 3 wicks here. If price really goes for another run to the downside, I don't think I will take any part of it, because I don't like how price is going to the downside. Honestly, it's not clean for me. So nice move here to the upside. Price was rejected here at event horizon. But I would like to see price coming a little bit above the first presented fair value gap here. We will wait and see. We still have time, honestly. Yeah, so far nothing here. Price is not able to get above. Coming for another run to the downside here. Taking out these lows, this flat candle here. Well, NQ is holding a little bit better than ES, but seems like ES wants to go for another run to the downside, eventually making 50% of this week. Or let's see if it really wants to shoot now. If it displaces to the upside, that would be great to see. Yeah, but no momentum right now. Price is just yeah, it's just moving here on a sideways, so there's nothing we can do. There's a bunch of candles barcoding right now, so we just have to wait. Price kind of reacted to the 4 hour busy, but honestly, I would like to see something more enticing, something with more energy to the upside, because this seems to be weak. I don't like when price is kind of weak. I liked how price just came for sell side liquidity as the Asia lows. It kind of rejected the prices below event horizon as well. It came for 50% of the opening range gap. So all these three things are confluences that can eventually say the price will move a little bit higher. Yeah, but we need to see some intention in price, and so far, no intention. 10 o'clock in the morning. So let's see if price will take out this low, this 4-hour candle low, because that eventually can happen. Let me just mark this one here. So that would be another thing to add to our confluences. Taking out this low. But yeah, if price just shoots to the upside, it's because right now we are just time distorting. NQ moving way better than ES. ES not willing to give us a breaker, while ES is moving above the breaker right now. So I'm kind of curious to see if this breaker just holds on NQ or not. But there's also no displacement on NQ, so price is just creeping to the upside, not giving signs that it has some real intention. So yeah, guys, sometimes we just have to wait for something more visible to happen, and this is, I guess, the case. Well, I guess this will be a flat macro or an empty macro, where price just don't have any intention to progress inside this macro, is just preparing for something. Um, and Q is a bit stronger. Not gonna lie, seems a bit stronger than ES. yeah, we are still waiting for something a bit cleaner to deliver. There we go. Prices trying to go for another run here, but I don't know at this point. My bias was not bearish, so it's always tricky to interact with something that's not part of your main plan. And being bearish on a market that's just pushing higher and that's just handles away of all-time highs, it's kind of a risky, honestly. Here you can see event rising holding once again. So as you can see, price is just barcoding here. No, no real intention. Well, at this point, I wouldn't mind to see price going for another run, trying to take sell side as the 4-hour candle low, and then eventually go to the upside. Yeah, price now seems like it's starting to displace. Now let's see if it holds or if it's just a purge of all this liquidity that's gathering here. So far, price is kind of lethargic, but now we have some displacement. Price coming above the first presented fair value gap here. Let's see if it holds. You're not the best entry here. I would like to see price stay above the first presented fair value gap. It's not giving me the vibes that it wants to, that it will do it, honestly. Retouching the breaker. Yeah, but not holding. Retouching the breaker once again. So this one was kind of respected here, this fair value gap. And now I would like to see price coming a little bit above, but honestly, NQ is heading to the downside here, while ES is trying to to stay above it. I didn't like how price just took out the high here. And is now starting to displace lower. Yeah, I guess we are wrong. Wicks are doing a lot of damage here. And price is not willing to get once again above. Yeah, we are wrong here. At this point, I would like to see price coming down once again, or coming up once again, trying to get above the first presented fair value gap. But I don't think we will see that, honestly. Wicks doing a lot of damage here. NQ trying to do something as well. Yeah, my entry was terrible here, honestly. I'm not proud about my entry. And price not holding these levels. Yeah, I guess we are prone to go lower here. So our stop loss will get hit at this point. There we go. So first loss. kind of a hard market to read, honestly. And it will kind of displace as well. Let's see if price will come to this fair value gap here. And if it respects it. Event horizon is still holding. But so far, this fair value gap is kind of holding here. We have some liquidity down below. Really not liking how this market is playing today. It has no direction. It has nothing. So let's see. Yeah, it will probably not play here. Because price really reached minus 2.5 standard deviation here. We have event horizon. We have 50% of the opening range gap as well. So at this point, things are not clear enough for this short to play out as well. But it is possible for price to come a little bit lower eventually to the new week opening gap. So far, the fair value gap here is respected. Its midpoint is being respected, but I would like to see some follow through here. Price going below event horizon, and it's honestly not giving me that vibe. Yeah, it's just climbing to the upside. Let's see if it closes below the midpoint of that fair value gap. Yeah, but it's kind of pushing. Yeah, NQ is heading to the upside once again. And I guess we will get another loss here while price is just doing nothing. That's unfortunate. But yeah, that's it. NQ. NQ is also pushing higher. So yeah. So another loss here. And that's it, guys. Two losses for today's action. Price not clean enough, honestly. Could not make a good read here. So we still have this 4-hour candle sell side liquidity here. But honestly, I don't think I can trust a market like this, honestly. It's kind of a tough read. Yeah, price coming down once again. Yeah, but at this point, it's kind of a hard read that I have from the market, honestly. This is just a barcode. There's nothing that we can eventually frame. Oh well. So this is a typical new news Monday where price action is kind of hard to read, and it seems like I was victim of it. Hmm. Price just came here, took my stop, and it's moving once again to the downside. Kind of annoying. It really came here to take out my stop. Yeah, it kind of attacked my stop, I guess. The read is kind of fine. Seems like we will still head lower. On the 15-minute, we are still respecting the bearish fair value gap. Yeah. Kind of annoying here, honestly. I guess I will take the last chance here. Yes, just wicking. I don't like to see those type of wicks. Just taking that sell side. Let me just see if it holds or if it will now start to invert. So bearish fair value gaps are kind of being respected here. But would like to see some follow through here on ES. Kind of ashamed that our position was kind of stop hunted here. The short was kind of clear, but the stop loss positioning was not the best. I can see no follow through here on ES. Price is just wicking, not giving me any strength to the downside. I would like to see price stay below event horizon, not reaching above event horizon and not trying to support above event horizon. But NQ is trying to push above. I guess I'm once again on the wrong side of the market. It's not working. It just took the 4-hour candle low and it's now inverting. We are minutes away from the macro. So yeah, it might not deliver as we want. Price really battling with event horizon here, as you can see. I want to see this fair value gap being respected and eventually event horizon work as a resistance on price, but kind of tough market conditions today. And Q not letting ES displace lower. It's just holding price. And all I wanted to see is price giving us some kind of follow through, reaching for the lower end walk, which is this shaded area here. We are 5 minutes ahead of the next macro. So 10:52, 11:10. We will have the next macro. Would be nice to see some follow through now. But these conditions are kind of not ideal to trade, honestly. It's a no news Monday, and I should have been not that active searching for trades, honestly. Yeah, price is not giving us the follow through that we wanted to see. And to me, it's kind of preparing an inversion because we have a lot of stops here from people who's trying to sell. So I guess we will see soon a displacement higher and eventually taking all that liquidity above us. Yeah. Yeah, and Q is trying to push price further above. ES is probably following it. So we are inside a macro right now. On the lows, we have some type of SMT. Price trying to get below the event horizon once again. We have a small volume imbalance here. So it can make price bounce to the upside. Yeah, boring market today and very tough trading conditions, honestly. Not proud of my execution as well. Not proud of how I try to interact with the market, knowing that it's a no news Monday. So I knew that it would be a hard morning. It usually is no news Monday, but decided to interact with price. Should have not done it. Let me just take a minute here. I will just head to the WC. So I will be right back. Just give me a minute, guys. And prices is still doing its own thing, right? That's really frustrating, honestly. There's no follow through. Price is just doing a back and forth action. We are already inside the macro, but even inside the macro, price is not willing to distribute lower as I would like to see. So very hard price action to read. Yeah, the 4 hour, we have some kind of a SMT in between ES and NQ. ES already took this 4 hour candle low, while NQ not. And yeah, it seems like, honestly, seems like price is waiting for something. And it will do something very quickly. Yeah, price is not moving the way we really would like to see it move. We are 10 minutes in the macro, and yeah, and nothing happened, honestly. I guess we are um, inside summer's price action, and yeah, price action during the summer can be quite tricky. It can be very manipulative and very boring, and suddenly you will have some type of a move coming from nowhere. So I believe we are entering that phase of the market where, yeah, price can eventually do some tricky action, and and it will be hard to decipher what really will happen on price action. Yeah, there we go. We will probably now move higher, just like I've been telling. Yeah, there we go. Kind of annoying, honestly, and kind of a frustrating morning so far. So, but it is what it is. Yeah, this was a accumulation of long positions, like time distortion, and we will probably move higher. So I will try to mitigate. This is my last position here. I will try to mitigate some of these losses here. If you look into the 1 hour, kind of feels like we are just accumulating longs. We are trading inside of a bullish fair value gap. We are still inside the macro as well. So I would like to see price pushing higher above the first presented fair value gap here. Otherwise, we are doomed to be inside of this range. Let's just see if price will give us another shot here to the upside. We still have some liquidity here above these highs. So I believe we can eventually move to there. Yeah, but as you can see, price is not acting as I wish it would act. Coming back inside the range once again. Yeah. Seems like nothing is working on a market like this. Displacement to the downside once again, touching event horizon. I really should have stayed away from a market like this, honestly. There we go. Another loss here. Well, I think I need to end this here. There's no point in doing anything more. uh, let's see if we got some follow through now. These are really hard trading conditions, honestly. And at this rate, I will probably end up losing my account. Oh well. Well, guys, I guess I need to close this. this is going nowhere. It just will eventually hit my stop loss once again, adding more drawdown to my account. And yeah, I don't believe we will move lower. So far, price has been here for the whole morning, so I don't believe we will move from here. I guess this was not my best. This was not my best day of working in the markets, and yeah, I'm not proud of it, honestly. I just added a lot of drawdown into my account. Um, but at this point, there's nothing I can do, honestly. There we go. So yeah, guys. Honestly, not the best trading session. Um, not proud of my today's work here. Um, I wish I could. Uh, I wish I've done better. But yeah, sometimes the markets just play with us, and yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I guess this will just add more drawdown to my account. I don't think I'm doing the right thing, honestly. So far, nice displacement here, but yeah, honestly, at this point, price needed to work all of this to the upside just to satisfy my account's needs. Terrible day today, honestly. And I kind of anticipated, but was not strong enough to stay out of the market, honestly. Let's see if price just us just another move to the upside just to purge these highs here. Like to see price pushing a little bit higher here. Yeah, taking a lot of time here for price to digest the first presented fair value gap here. Just mark the projection here just to see. Yeah, midnight open. Yeah, midnight open would be a nice target. Some more relative equal highs here. Price just came for -2 standard deviation, so a retrace is expected here. And yeah, and Q just moved a bit higher. ES fell a little bit behind. Let's see if we can mitigate a bit more here. I would like to see price stretch a little bit more to the upside, eventually reaching for -4 standard deviation. The ultimate target would be eventually 50% of the weekly wick or London highs. But since price is so stubborn today, it's kind of asking too much. Let's just see if we can do eventually progress a little bit higher here. At least I would mitigate some of these losses here. But ES already took the high of the last 1 hour candle. Let's just see how far we can go from here. So far, we kind of inverted the first presented fair value gap. So nice reaction here on this retrace. So let me just, where is it? Yeah, as you can see here, was kind of a awful morning for me. Try the first long here. kind of FOMO'd in, honestly, because we were closing the macro, and I kind of believed that we were time distorting here, and eventually head to the upside until this point of liquidity here on the upside. It clearly didn't work. So as soon as we displaced to the downside, I entered a short position. My stop loss was kind of, yeah, above these flat candles, and yeah, it was kind of hunted. And then I tried another short position right down here. Yeah, I was kind of chasing the market today, honestly. Not proud of my executions, honestly. So price hitting minus 2.5 standard deviation. Let's see if it wants to run a bit higher at this point. Seems like price wants to drive a little bit higher. NQ is heading to the upside as well. It's taking some time here, but let's see. So let me just so here's the inverted one. Price will probably move a little bit lower, trying to get some support once again on the first presented fair value gap. We are inside the last macro of the it's not the morning, it's the first macro of the lunch hour. Oops. So 11:50 to 12:10. So I would like to see a continuation to the upside inside this macro. Let me just check here. The first presented one. Yeah, I guess it's wrong. Yeah, this is the first presented one. Mm. Yeah, Francisco just help me here with the first presented one, because honestly, I didn't notice that I had it wrong here. So there we go. Yeah. So this volume imbalance can eventually, yeah, can eventually be part of that first presented fair value gap. So let's see if we can get another run here, eventually to -4 standard deviation on higher time frames, like the 15-minute price is trying to price is entering, and it's really reaching for the midpoint of the 15-minute fair value gap, the bearish one. Yeah, let's see. Not liking how this retrace to the downside is happening inside a macro, honestly. Yeah, let's just see if this is just manipulation taking out these lows here, or if we will move to the downside, since the main goal was reached here for -2.5 standard deviation. I still think that eventually midnight open can be a higher target, but I don't know, since price is kind of hard here and we already took all this liquidity formed in between New York AM. It can eventually be possible that we might head lower now. Let me just check OT levels here. This lag here. Yeah, so far respecting OT levels, my stop is right below the last point of the OTE. Yeah, so far OT levels are kind of being respected. But now I would like to see this bearish fair value gap being disrespected as well, so be kind of inverted. I guess that today's morning price action is really the it's really a good example of summer price action. Um, I've kind of anticipated because I knew that there were no news, and I've said it in the first minutes of the stream that a no news Monday can eventually not deliver price to anywhere. So it kind of happened, and price is just mumbling around here, just doing nothing. Um, it really took the only movement that was kind of predictable was taking out Asia lows as sell side. But honestly, the rest of it was kind of hard to decipher. At some point, I was expecting the purge of this 4 hour candle low, but was kind of FOMOed in eventually because I saw that price was not willing to um, get above the first presented fair value gap, and that made me think that okay, we will eventually head lower um, to the next end walk, or eventually to retrace deeper on the opening range gap. Um, but it didn't happen. Honestly, the price was time distorting right here, and then I took another long. Um, was kind of stopped out once again, and yeah, it's been a tough morning so far. So yeah, price now playing inside this space, which is in between the first presented fair value gap and this inverted one. We still have this one as well, which I will eventually mark. But yes, I would like to see more willingness from price to get above, um, not just stopping at the first roadblock. There we go. Let's see if we have some momentum now. Meanwhile, NQ is a bit stronger than ES. It kind of made a new high already, while ES is struggling to get above the first presented fair value gap. Nice reaction on NQ, honestly. Seems like it gained some strength, and yeah, yes, it's just trying to follow her sister, honestly. Yeah, looking at it at price action on another perspective, I can see eventually. Let me just zoom out a little bit. I can eventually see sell side of the curve. Then we kind of accumulated down here, and now we will probably have the buy side of the curve. Um, so this is what I'm looking on price, and this is what I'm expecting on price. But even the sell side of the curve was not, yeah, was not made with that down force, that down strength that usually price has. It kind of wicked a lot here. Just check how many contracts can I take out to leave a 10% runner. So yeah, I could eventually leave seeking for all-time highs. I could eventually leave 2 contracts to micros, taking out 13 here, and eventually leave a runner. Um, but at this point, I don't mind to take the 15 micros here and get home with a 2 hour loss. Yes, still not making any new highs. Let's just see if yes, just follows NQ and tries to make another high. We still have some roadblocks until -4 standard deviation, but yeah, I think it's kind of doable. Midnight open is always a point of um, where price is kind of attracted to, and we kind of have all the opens nearby. So 8:30 open, 9:30 open, midnight open, they are all next to each other. So I believe that this is a big magnet to price right now. I could eventually stretch my TP for this high right here. But yeah, since I'm in a huge drawdown, I will not try to attempt that, honestly. I also have to keep in mind that um, as soon as price reaches this shaded area here, it's kind of a N walk, and price can eventually face some resistance here. So it can eventually face some resistance or displace, taking out immediately this high right here. But at this point, we just need to wait and see if the run to the upside continues, or if price wants to go a little bit lower before heading to the upside. At this point, NQ is reaching the top of the bearish 15-minute fair value gap, while ES it's kind of struggling with it. Let me just check here, but I believe we are, yeah, we kind of tested the midpoint of that fair value gap, and it's now just displacing to the downside, as you can see. So that means that price is facing a lot of resistance here on that fair value gap. Yeah, so far from the bottom to the top of this move, price just made 12 handles. Um, in about, just let me check here. Yeah, it took about 30 minutes for price to make 12 handles. So not the best shape, I guess. It's not a fast market. It clearly reminds me of those summer days where price just loses a lot of volatility, loses a lot of direction, loses a lot of willingness to drive itself to to the liquidity points. So yeah. Yeah, London highs would be the ultimate target, I guess. Once again, nice reaction here. Price not giving up on the bullish move. It's just taking some time since we kind of reached for minus 2.5 standard deviation on this micro projection here that we have. But if we stretch it to the upside on this leg here, we can eventually see that minus 1.5 has some confluence with London highs. So looking at the results here of the macro move, yeah, it kind of it did not behave like expected. But as you can see, all the macros did not deliver how they usually deliver. So this is typical of a Monday no news, and it can eventually be typical of a summer price action as well. So Yeah, another rejection here on the first presented fair value gap. Definitely not liking how we are heading to the downside here. So at this point, I believe my position is in risk. And there we go. Stopped out once again. And yeah, I believe this is not the perfect day to trade. Poor execution, poor behavior, and yeah, kind of FOMO'd into the market, and really was kind of a tilt day, honestly. But I guess it is what it is. But yeah, price was not willing to suppress that 15-minute fair value gap, and it's kind of a shame because I did not take any partials, but yeah, I was willing to accept the loss or eventually mitigate my partial my drawdown here at midnight open. So price came back inside the range once again, took out this flat candle that you see here, and yeah, it's back inside the range. So there's nothing that we can do. Yeah, price has been really thick here. It's back and forth action, and there's no direction right now. It's just mumbling around, taking some highs, taking some lows, and yeah. Unfortunately, I was caught inside this mess. Um, I guess I have to be a bit more demanding about what I'm seeing, but it is what it is. It's kind of a step back here, but I believe that we will recover. So yeah, guys. Um, I guess we are done for today. There will be more tomorrow and eventually the day after tomorrow. So um, I guess that's it. Thank you for being there. Thank you for supporting as well. Um, I will be here tomorrow at the same time as well. So thank you very much. Have a nice day, stay safe, and yeah, have a nice afternoon. Thank you.